Hello, everyone. Today, I would like to talk to you about self improvement. What self improvement means to me is taking one of your weaker qualities and make it a strong point about yourself. I want to tell you the story about a young boy born in 1914, San Francisco. He was very unhealthy as a child and very weak. At the age of 15, he heard a prominent physician give a speech about how nutrition and health is very important to an individual's life, and that success in life is based off having good health and nutrition. This speech prompted him to turn his life around and actually become a fitness icon himself. This boy's name was Jack LaLanne, and he opened up one of the first gyms in our country. And this relates back to me because I discovered that about a year ago that I'm an introvert and that I do not like reaching out and speaking to people. As all of you know because you were at my past speech. So I began realizing the need to network with people for success. So I needed to improve my conversational skills. This is the quality that I wanted to improve. So about 2 months ago, after I had improved my conversational skills, I would go to the school district in my area and I would speak to the people because I wanted to become a teacher's aide eventually, and I talked to them about how I would eventually become a teacher's aide, and they gave me all the information, and I got set up for a job interview about a month ago, and I got the job interview and I nailed it, and I got the job, which is very important to me because I wanted this job so I could eventually use this as a stepping stone to get to my dream job, which is to be a teacher. So now I like to talk to you about how it is necessary to improve yourself, why it is necessary to improve yourself, and that all of you can do it, and it's a process. So the reason it is necessary to improve yourself is because life is short. We don't have all the time in the world to do something. The average lifespan, according to the CDC, is roughly 80 years. And compared to the universe, which is 13 billion years old, that's nothing. So we need to start trying to become who we want to be right now. Personality affects your success, so let's improve this. Personality is made up of our qualities, and changingminds.org states personality is positively correlated with job success, meaning a bad demeanor can wreak havoc on your success in the workplace. Another study done by the same website shows that managers desire outgoing and confident people that have great communication skills in their companies. And next point, lack of self-improvement. What's happening when you don't try and constantly improve yourself? You get lazy, and it's even harder to get back up and get the ball rolling and become good at that trait you want. My old physical trainer, Bob Pickett, used to say to me, if you aren't improving, you are getting worse. So is everyone done getting depressed yet? I want to tell you guys how you can improve yourselves. So here are the steps necessary to improve yourself. I want you to pick a quality about yourself. You need to figure out a situation in which you will be testing that very skill. You prepare in your head an idea of how you're going to perform that situation and what you're going to say. Put yourself in that situation. You have to test your abilities to either get them better, and reflect on yourself and after you put yourself in that situation and figure out what you did good and what you could improve on. And the next step, which is very important, you have to remember to keep your head up. Be proud of yourself that you had the courage to improve yourself, and reflect on how much better you are now that you put yourself in the situation. A personal example for me is at my other job, which is Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, which is an amusement park. I decided I wanted to be a leader, so I wanted to improve my leadership quality. And I figured out there was a management training program, so I figured I can become management. So the next step, I prepared in my head an idea of what I was going to do and how I was going to have to speak to my employees in a confident way in order to become a successful manager. Then, so I asked upper management if I could please be enrolled in this training program. And sometimes in life you get told no, which for me in this case was very true. They shut me down, and it was very heartbreaking. However, I took the initiative and I kept going. I realized that I would have to prove myself to them because I knew I could do it. So I would often, on projects, ask people, hey, could you please help me with this? Or when new employees would come in, I would help train them and use my knowledge, which is a good trait. I use my knowledge of the restaurant to help train them on new things that need to be done in the restaurant. I would also reflect on the end of the day whether or not I discovered that I was often quite too bossy, and I would micromanage my employees. So I would try and, when I would assign them projects, I would try and step off a little bit. So I had to improve that quality. However, I would also reflect upon good qualities in me, which I was very confident in when I would ask people to help me. And I would also get good reviews that I was a very caring and a kind person to my employees. So, main thing, you have to self-encourage yourself because things don't change overnight, and it's going to be a struggle to help improve yourself when it's a weak quality about yourself. So, now that you have the prompt, let's visualize what you're going to do to change your life. Your life will be so much better if you actively try and pursue yourself. People need other people in this world who are knowledgeable, caring, and courageous. The world relies on people like Martin Luther King, teachers, and volunteers to support them. You could be that person. People love strong personalities also. A strong, confident, thoughtful, kind person is much more desirable in this world than somebody who's mean or just not very thoughtful. So try and improve those qualities about yourself because you can be that person. People desire those who pursue action immediately and make a plan to change something. People who don't procrastinate and make active efforts to improve are more successful, as I've seen in my own experience. You can all be that person. Everyone right now, I want you to pick one quality about yourself and discover and think about it. Why and for what situation can I test this quality? So, I would like some of you guys to raise your hands if you have an idea. All right. So, what quality?
Communication skills.
Communication skills. So, what situation would you use those communication skills in?
Everyday life, job interviews, at the job, school, classrooms, everywhere.
So, I want you to try and visualize what communication skills, what are you going to do? Like, what's a communication skill you would use at a job interview?
More professional.
Professional, so...
Professional, well-spoken, well-educated, to the point speech.
All right, so to the point. Okay. So how would that quality make you perform that situation? Why? So you think you'd come off more professional and stronger as an employee?
You'd come off more professional and stronger as a person.
As a person, okay. So how would that make you feel if you were to perform and just be like, you would just come off confident and just, you could communicate your point effectively? How would that make you feel?
Like I got the job.
Yeah, and you feel good, right?
Yeah.
Because I know in my experience, it makes me feel good to improve my qualities and perform well in a situation. So now that you have the important steps down, put yourself in that situation. You may not be able to put yourself in a job interview, but other situations where you'll be testing those communication skills that are so vital to what you want to be. So it's a lot like jumping. You just have to throw yourself into the situation to where you're going to improve your social skills, your communication skills, if you're feeling uncomfortable in that situation. So with the sort of amount of time we have in this world, why would you spend it living in fear of something that you can change? Your personality is made up of traits and qualities, and they affect your success. So improve them, and you'll be a much happier person and much more successful. And remember, as Bob Pickett says, if you aren't improving, you're getting worse. So there's no better time than now to start improving. So all it takes is a simple recognition of your problems, preparation, and to take that jump, to put yourself in that situation and reflect upon how you did after you took that jump. And I guarantee you, you will all feel much more confident about yourselves. The fact that, and if you ever think about giving up, just remember the fact that you would even consider keeping going or giving up means that you have that bit of inspiration to keep on going. As Thomas Edison says, genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. You got to work at it.